Okay, I'm making this video for Mark. Well, I make all of them for Mark ultimately, so, but also so I have recipes and stuff that I don't forget. Um, but something came to me the other day about, I talk with a lot of people about, um, well, I guess I should say a lot of people talk to me about, juicing or making blending and stuff. And number one, I have to say that I don't believe in fasting at all. So a lot of people do, and whatever works for them. Personally, I never had to do anything like that. I think if you want to do like a kickstart fast and make it as few days as you can, like in terms of 3 days or something. That's what I would do. There, Mark. How's that? Because again, you'd have to trick your brain. You're basically starving your brain, and I know your brain adapts, but it basically the slower you lose weight, the longer you keep it off. So that has to be taken in consideration. But another thing is, a lot of people, this is what made me think of this, doing a video on this. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have the willpower, or I don't have the time, or I don't have, genetics, or this or that. And it could be, very, very rarely is it something genetically preventing you from losing weight, because you have to think of it in terms of your body's always trying to reach a homeostasis, and which is basically just a happy medium. Always. Actually, being overweight is unnatural. Not according to that BMI, the body mass index crap. According to the body mass index, I'm like 20 pounds overweight. I'm right at 172. I measured myself yesterday. I'm right at 172 pounds. I'm 5'7" without shoes, 5'8", basically right between 5'7", 5'8". And they said, well, you should be 150 pounds or something. I haven't been 150 pounds since I was about 14, and I started weightlifting in football. It's just not my frame. Some guys are. I'm usually, for people my height, I'm a lot stronger, and I have broader shoulders, and I'm just a bigger guy in that sense. I'm not saying I'm like a big guy, but most people my height. So really, like I say, it varies. It just depends on who you are as an individual, and what your body composition is. I'm a mesomorphic frame. If I was like an ectomesomorph, or even like something like that, maybe I could reach 155 pounds. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. So don't pay attention to charts too much. But with genetics, your physiology is going to be affected, sure, and that by outside influences. And that could be anything from eating to something more psychosomatic like stress, to maybe a bad home environment, maybe bad friends, anyone that attempts to really tear you down and not help you reach a goal of health. And they don't have to directly do that either. People can help you reach a goal of health just by being nice to you, because health isn't just physical. Although it's certainly, physiologically there's a physiological byproduct of being lean, being muscular, being strong, that comes with being healthy. So when I say being healthy, it really is it's pretty broad, but it means in a lot of different ways. Hey, monkey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Marska has Mickey Mouse on today. See that, buddy? Look. There's Mickey Mouse. In any case, so getting to that, a lot of people say, well, you know, I quit my goals. I usually just quit and blah, blah, blah. Let me get you a toy with it. And something really kind of hit me the other day. Maybe a good way to put it. People don't really quit anything. Their goals just change. That's it. The way humanity functions is by goals. I mean, we're always seeking to gain something that would limit our unease about something. And I'm kind of paraphrasing a guy, Ludwig von Mises, in his book Human Action, but it makes sense. And everybody's goals are different. Maybe except for, you know, everyone wants to live, something like that. But just as individuals, I mean, I even things such as taste. You know, I hate pickles. Pickles disgust me. You know, my wife loves pickles. Or it could be something more. I want to be a multi-billionaire, so I'm gonna do everything I can to try and be a multi-billionaire. And other people say, no, I'm, you know, pretty much fine just hanging out and not struggling to be anywhere. Me in particular, I wanted a family. You know, I've had opportunities to. I could have left and gone to different cities. I could have ended up with, you know, marrying someone different. I could have gone to a different school, but you know, everyone has a goal of things, and everybody has a different goal. You know, mine was to have a family. That's been my goal my whole life. And especially a son. Especially a little boy. I've wanted my whole life. But in any case, when you really think about things in terms of goal orientation, people's goal, including people that are obese, let's say, instead of overweight, because again, overweight is just a very thrown around term, oftentimes is meant to be a synonym of obesity, and it's not, in my opinion, because being overweight means, you know, according to a chart, and I don't know, if you're obese, like if you're fat, basically, or let's just say you're overweight for your purposes, you might have the excuse of, well, I can't stick with my goals. That's really not true at all. You really almost, just like this guy, I don't like his writing, but he did say one good thing. Jean-Paul Sartre said, "You're condemned to be free." In other words, you have free will, or the ability to deliberately choose. That's how I define free will. And you actually have to make choices at every moment of your life. And I'm a believer in that. No matter what. And I'm not talking about things in terms of, you know, instinct. Maybe you can't choose who you're attracted to. You can't choose to jump out of a way of a lion chasing you. You'll instinctively either freeze or run. And is that so? Oh, your toys are gone, buddy boy. Oh. But if you have a goal of losing weight, and you change your diet, and let's say you do a juice fast, which if you're severely overweight, I would say that's not a bad thing to do. Personally, yeah, fasting is not my thing. But let's say you do it, and then you stop at like day 1.5, and you're like, oh my god, I just gotta have a Twinkie or whatever it is. Really, your goal changed. You may have changed your goal. In other words, giving up on a previous goal. But we're always making goals. So I don't think you really need to blame yourself so much. What you really need to do is look at your motivation in life. I mean, why did you want to have the goal of losing weight? Monkey boy, I ain't even started juicing yet. I'm all prepped now. Hey. Hey. Oh boy. Here, bud. Oh, what is that? But what you really have to do is look at your... Yeah, the sunlight's pretty bright. What you have to do is look at your... look at your reasons for why you value certain paths. What inspired you to want to lose weight? First, what inspired you to change routes and to say, no, I want to have this? So you evidently value something that tastes good temporarily, and a temporary feeling over a very long-term feeling and consequence of a lack of health. So I would say what you really need to do is look at your value system, your allegiances, and why you have them. Why do you have an allegiance, a duty to support one lifestyle over the other? Support eating this over that. Because if you just blindly go into something and say, I'm going to try something different, but you still have the same goal of temporary satisfaction, you're not going to find real happiness, because you're going to be going this way when you really want to go this way. I don't know many people that enjoy being obese. They do. It really is unfortunate in a way. I mean, they really try and talk themselves into it. Because in the opposite, the inverse of that whole scenario, they have talked themselves into wanting some goal that they don't, in order to justify this route that they don't want to go. When their goal really is here, they just may not believe it, they may not want to put in the work to get it, but that's where your allegiance will really have to change in order to make a difference. It's very hard to, it's very difficult to lose weight and to keep it off, because it's a lifestyle change, is what it is. And luckily I had great parents that raised me healthy my whole life. As I mentioned before, I've never struggled with weight. I've been overweight before. I've been like 199 pounds before, which is ridiculous for my height. And yeah, I mean, by my standards, I was certainly chubby. I can't say I was fat, but I for my personal standards, that was just ridiculous. So now I'm like at 172, and this is my ideal weight. I would say maybe even a little less, maybe about 170. My dad says about 171 is what I look best at. But growing up, I was always about 170 until I went after high school. And then when I got up to 170 pounds, it was basically, I was just pure muscle. And anything after that really is more just like laziness in terms of my diet or cardiovascular conditions. So, all right, I'm gonna juice this mean green. So in any case, goals are good, but you have to know why you're doing them, and that's gonna be really important. I have an allegiance to my son, for instance, my family. Everything, no matter what I do in my life, as long as it supports my family, that's all I care about. Ultimately, it is. So, to me, if I had to move to Alaska, if I had to stay here for 20 years, whatever it is. You know, this little guy, he takes precedence. I'll do anything for him. It doesn't matter what I do. Same thing with health. If health is my goal, physiological health, whatever I have to eat, I'm going to eat. So again, if I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to have to move to Alaska to make money, or I don't want to have to stay here, or maybe I want to quit my job, and that'll help, little Mark. No, you're confusing your action with your actual goal. And what you do, you have to find that basis to your goal. Love for my son is my motivation. He means the world to me, and I'll do anything for him. And he's the reason why I have a goal of raising him with the best environment possible. You know, never going hungry, never being sad. He means everything to me, and therefore I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get that. And so really with your goal of losing weight, you really have to question, well, why do I want to do it? Why do I want to do it? And like I said, if you just want to look better, you're really relying on how other people view you, and what you really want is to have social acceptance. And you can do that. It's totally up to you as an individual, of course. But I would think longevity of life and quality of life should really matter. And also, a lot of people think selfishly in terms of obesity, and I'm going to be this way or that way, or people are going to view me this way or that way. I look at it this way: I want to be around as long as I can for my son. So my parents are very healthy, and monkey boy here, goofball, he's sitting right on him. So I want to be around for my family as long as I can. I love life. I'd live forever if I could. I don't care about day-to-day struggles or anything like that. You're faking. I know that. So in any case, I just thought of that and I wanted to record that. So Marky, maybe one day you'll watch that, okay? All right, we're gonna I'll make a mean green real quick. I'm gonna add spinach today. So I had this big thing of raw spinach that I had to kind of pull apart and stuff, but I'm going to add spinach. So I have spinach, kale, cucumber, apple, ginger, celery, and lemon. So half a lemon wedge, a couple big handfuls of spinach, about 4 to 5 kale leaves, 5 to 6 celery stalks, a couple apples, about a 2 to 3 inch thing of ginger, and I need to put this in the fridge. It won't make it good. Do that. Give me. Ready? Goofball. Is it too early? You usually laugh your head off doing that. Okay. Let's make this real quick, Mark. And another thing is, I'm talking with one of my friends. My mom actually had a really bad, case with stress. Stress is a physiological reality. It absolutely is. It's real. It has real effects. It's something mental, ultimately, in terms of how you perceive it. But it's very real. If you have stress in your life, I recommend doing anything and everything you can to alleviate it. My mom's always been one of the healthiest people I've ever known, and she had heart attacks back to back, actually. Even the doctors still don't really know why. And the only thing they've gone through genetics, they've gone through health. She eats healthy, she works out all the time, and it's stress. Oh no, monkey, I'm watching you. You ain't seeing enough. Daddy's right here. I don't leave you alone in that chair anymore. So, all this and eating healthy is very good. You have to have a good perspective if you want actual health. You have to. And I say, you know, I have a very strong faith in God, and you can even say I'm very spiritual. I would certainly say so, actually. And for me, that works. I mean, to each his own. Also, with Mark, you know, when I exercise, it's basically like a form of meditation for me. And I'm alone, and I don't know, especially if you go swimming in the open water, and you're alone out there, and you just rely on yourself, and you're, you know, a mile out. It's awesome, actually. So, oh, monkey, I know what you're saying. You're saying, give me attention. Give me attention. But, yeah, definitely work towards eliminating the stress in your life. I mean, when you think about it, unfortunately, we're only going to be here 80 years or so. Man, I'm already 30-something, so who knows? I might be at my half-life point or whatever. You never know. I put ginger in here on top of spinach, and I shouldn't have done that. Because ginger is a little hard to juice sometimes, depending on the type of juice you have, or really what you put in front of it. Right, Mark? Baby boy. Yes, sir. Clap for Daddy. Alright, Mark. Let's see what we got here. This is going to be a good juice, buddy. But we'll try it together. We'll try this together. Yeah, I know you like sampling these. Hey, I know you like sampling these. Huh? So in any case, getting rid of stress too, exercise is very healthy, of course. But I look at it a lot like exercising and eating poorly. You really go nowhere. So even if you exercise a lot, even if you eat healthy, but your environment is surrounded by a lot of negativity, a lot of people trying to hold you down, you have to fix it. You have to do what you have to do to fix it. And if that means not being around those people or choosing to exclude them from your life, then, it's kind of hard sometimes to give friends the cold shoulder, but you gotta wonder, even if they aren't really intentionally holding you back, what kind of friends are they? Especially if they talk down to you. So, same thing goes with family too. Spouses, anything. For someone trying to make you feel like you are bound to them, that's slavery. And if you're like me and you believe you own yourself, and that I have a natural right to my life and my freedom and my private property, then tell them to bug off. Right, Mark? Hey, we don't like slavery around here, right, Mark? We don't believe in it. Alright, buddy. Let's have you taste this and we'll move on with our day. As far as we know, you only got one life, and it's not very long that you're here. Long enough, I would say, to have some really good, great experiences. And we're all very blessed. In my opinion, anyway. Yeah. Alright, son. So don't waste your time living as a slave when you're not one. People may want you to live as a slave, and you may customize your life in order to do it. It's not happiness. Slavery, by definition, is misery. It's forced labor, which comes with a lot of stuff. Hey, tell you what, let's be clever about this. Let's use a syringe. Uh-oh. Let's see what you say, boy. How's that? Oh, too gingery? Okay. Oh, Mark, that's nice. You don't like that? Oh, okay, no big. Alright. Say bye, bud. You tired, baby boy? Say bye-bye.